Hi, this is Melinda from Fun with Fido, and this is my foster puppy Sport. And we have just returned from a trip to nowhere. So, Sport is in a crate in my van, and I truly believe that a crate is the best place for a dog to travel when you're in the car. It keeps them a little bit safer than if they were to be loose in the car. It keeps them from turning into a projectile if the car were in an accident, and it keeps them from distracting the driver so that the driver can focus on driving and not be distracted by the dog. So I do believe that crates are the best way for dogs to travel. I also think that seat belts are a good alternative if you don't have a car that's big enough to put a crate in, or if you have other needs for your vehicle that preclude using a crate in them. This is a big crate. It's bigger than Sport needs. It happens to be in my van already for my biggest dog, who's a Weimaraner. So that's why we were using it. But ideally, he would be in a more suitably sized crate so that if he were in an accident, he would not be rattled around inside the crate. So we drove just a few blocks from here in order to give him an experience of riding in the car and be used to that. He's actually a really good traveler. He doesn't whine or cry or bark when he's traveling. He settles down and is just a really good boy. But it's important that puppies learn that travel is no big deal, that travel is a non-event. So if you only take your dog somewhere in the car when you're going to the veterinarian, then a dog might develop a worry about riding in cars. If you only take your dog to a trip to the dog park, for example. I'm not advocating going to the dog park, mind you, but if you were to only do that, then the dog might find car rides extremely exciting and be over the top excited before you even get to the dog park. So a car ride should be a non-event. It should be like, oh, ho-hum, this is just something we do, not a big deal. And to teach that, I take the dogs on rides to nowhere. So if Sport were worried about car rides, then I would start by simply putting him in the crate in the car and giving him treats so that he learns that being in a crate in the car or being in a seatbelt in the car is a wonderful thing because, oh boy, I get treats. And I wouldn't even be turning the car on initially. I'd just be, we're sitting in the car, it's a non-event, you get good stuff. Yay, Sport. He also has a couple of chew toys in them to help him calm himself if he were to become anxious, or just as an activity so that he has something to do while we're riding if it were a longer trip. Sport does not get car sick. That's something that you would also want to keep in mind. If you happen to have a dog that does get car sick, you might not want to feed him immediately before a trip or during the trip. Depending on the length of the trip, I might put water in my dog's crate. I'm not going to do that for just a little jaunt around the block, which was what Sport and I just did. We just took a very short drive, less than 10 minutes, just to test him out and see how well he rides in the car. He's a seasoned traveler, having come up from Tennessee to Massachusetts, and he's barking. That little bit of barking then was, I think, demand barking, saying, hey, I want more treats. Give me those treats. So I'm going to give him some treats, and then I'm going to put the treat pouch out of sight so that I can keep talking, and hopefully he won't keep barking. So I would, if I had a dog who was already anxious about car rides, I would simply take them out to the car, pop them in their seatbelt or their crate, and feed them their meal. And I might feed them their meal with the car going nowhere for a couple of weeks, depending on the level of anxiety that they're exhibiting. I might then, I got nothing for you, Sporty. I might then turn the car on but not drive anywhere. I might just get them used to the sound of the motor if they were feeling a little bit worried about that. I might also decide to, I'm not giving him treats, I'm just poking my finger in so he'll hopefully be quiet. So I also might, after I've turned the car on and he's shown that he's okay with that, I might drive to the end of my driveway. I have a very short driveway, but just a few feet, and then back up again, and then pop him out of the car and go back in the house. So that each time he gets in the car, it really is a non-event. Nothing to worry about, nothing to get excited about, just a nothing. This is just part of what we do. This is just some extra little something that we sometimes do, and it's no big deal. So, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Please click the like button below and also hit the bell so that you'll be notified of future videos. And I'll see you next time.